Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Dylan. I am the travel agent that's running this One and Done Adventures group. I am a travel agent that's located up in Canada, and I am the proud father of a single child. Her name's Winter. She's 3 years old, and she loves to cruise and would probably like to make some cruise buddies. So I just want to introduce myself, introduce the group, just for anyone that's new out there, and just kind of give you what's going on in my head and what I'm thinking right now, just because I haven't posted any information about what cruise line or anything like that. But we have almost 190 people in the group. I just thought I'd say hello. So again, as I said, my name is Dylan. I'm a travel agent. I do this full time. I do specialize in cruises. So if you want to go on a cruise, 100% I'm the guy to talk to. I do also sell other trips. So if you want to do an all-inclusive Disney, go to Europe or anything like that, I can help out. But I do specialize in cruises because that's my wheelhouse. This is what I do. This is what I'm passionate about, and I love it. My daughter is 3 years old. She's been on 4 cruises already and an all inclusive. Uh, Truthfully, if I never went back to an all inclusive again, I'll be happy. I just love cruises that much. And I want to try all different cruises, different itineraries, different cruise lines. I try them all. Right. So, as I said, I started this group. Just my wife added me into a one and done group. So we have a single child. I know she was going in there and reading some stories about parents, just the struggles and what they're going on with people just making snarty remarks about not having multiple children and what should be doing but this, one doing that. And so my wife's taken a lot out of that group, and she's said like, "Hey, there's people here asking about doing group trips and vacations. Why don't you do something?" So that's why I'm making this video now today. So let me see what I got here. Okay. So I've gone ahead and I made a Facebook group. So my idea, this is what I'm thinking in my head at least, is that I would like to do a group trip where my daughter can meet some of your kids, hopefully, right? Um, there's other kids where they have one kid, where other parents are thinking like, "Hey, let's go." So I just did a big group trip with a bunch of friends, a bunch of families, where there was we had 27 people, but every room had kids, and it was fantastic. My daughter had an awesome time. I've also done two or three other trips with her where it's like we don't know anyone else on board. Maybe grandma and grandpa come, but then it's like she's just hanging off of she might go to kids club. She has a great time at kids club, but it was never um you just take more out of it when you build new friendships and you're be able to joke around with kids your age, and like you have something along with the parents to get together with and to chat about, right? So my idea right now is to do a yearly cruise, an annual cruise, where I'm just going to open it up and say, "Hey, this is where the cruise is. Who wants to come?" Now, as this one and done adventures, it's going to be more of a like a community thing where like I want to know like I could say, "Hey, we're going every January or we're going every March break and we're going on this ship." That's it. I'd rather have people say, "Hey, Dylan, I really want to do a Royal Caribbean ship out of Port Canaveral," or "Hey, Dylan, like I really like to go on a Disney ship. Like, do you think there's enough interest in that?" If there's enough people have interest, like five, six, seven, eight people, yeah, 100%, let's go do it. If someone says, I've had a couple people in the group already say, "Hey, they're from Australia. Like, have you ever thought about doing an Australian cruise?" Okay, 100% put together. Um, just for timing wise and all that, I can physically get on at least one ship a year and kind of host a group. So what that means is host a group is as a travel agent, I'm actually a distinctive voyage host too. So actually cruise lines actually bring me onto their cruise ships to host groups and like have cocktail parties and all that kind of stuff. But that's more for like luxury cruise lines and stuff. I kind of want to do the same idea just within this group here, where it's like, okay, guys, we're all going to get together. Um, Today we're at St. Martin. I know this good beach. Who wants to come with us to the beach? All right. Or it's like, hey guys, you got older kids. You know what? There's a ATV thing here. Who wants to get together? And I can try to help organize stuff like that. If you guys want to do it as a group, or again, it's your vacation, right? You're just because you're booked into the one and done adventure doesn't mean it's not your vacation. You can do whatever you like. You can hang out with the group all day, every day, or you go do your own thing, right? Like I know myself, I'll probably need some quiet time to go away, just kind of sit in the sun, do whatever. Well, you're welcome to do the same thing. So once a year, I'm going to have a group trip. And then if there's enough interest for a second, third, fourth trip, I'm more than happy to plan it all. It's just I won't be physically on the ship there. So I know right now I'm thinking maybe February, mid February for the first cruise, the one I'll be on, just because that works with my schedule, my wife's schedule, and it's still cold out. Again, I live in Canada, so as you expect, it gets pretty cold up here. So we want to get down to the Caribbean and warm up. There is some interest also because I understand that everyone in this group can have kids from like pretty much babies to tweens. Like it's sky's the limit. But sometimes it's like, hey, like I have kids in competitive dance, I got kids in school, and they're like, I can't just take them out for 2 weeks. Or maybe your job's a teacher or whatever. If you can't get it off, it's like, well, maybe I need to set up one for the summer. So right now I'm thinking I'll be doing one in February, and then maybe plan a second one in the summer, and just open it up and say, okay, who wants to book in this? And I'll make sure you guys all get on the ship and hopefully get a good deal or some sort of additional perks. So if you're watching this, you should probably already be on this Facebook group. My biggest favor, if I can ask you, is to please invite your friends. Right, this group is going to be going private in 2 days' time. I tried switching it over last night, not knowing it takes 3 days to go from public to private. The reason behind that, from my understanding, is if there's other moderators who didn't want it to be a private group, because once it's private, you're not allowed changing it back to public. Um, I did have quite a few people reach out and say, hey, like, can you please make it private? I don't want other people on my friends list or whoever being able to see what they post or whatever. Right. So made a nice logo here. I kind of like it for the screensaver. Information in here. I have like a welcome post. Please just let us know where you're from. And I have information. Whenever I get information, I'll post it in here, just as far as where we're going. Someone asked me if I switched to Virgin Voyage's picture. I've tried to do that on my website. I don't know why it hasn't changed yet. But this is just an image I pulled from my website. Virgin is 18 plus, so obviously none of our kids are going to be able to go. I'm thinking more Royal Caribbean because I just know it's a solid product and it'll be great for all kids. So I got that. I also have a web page. So this is my actual website. So my company name is H2O Escapes, which is water escapes. And I do focus on cruises. So I do have a website. More than welcome to go on there. But the biggest one is, if you scroll down, it's One and Done Adventures. It's one of the first tabs right now. Click on that and it just brings you in. Again, I am a travel agent. I am not a web designer. So pardon if it doesn't look the most prettiest, but I just added this logo I had made up, which I kind of like. A lot of people seem to agree. And I just got basic information on what this cruise is about. So in a nutshell, I want to put this group together for families to be able to come together. The kids can come together, hopefully make some lifetime vacation friends. And if the kids get along together, great. Maybe do it again, maybe do a second time, maybe a yearly thing. I love the idea of being able to do a yearly trip where it's like, okay, my daughter's name's Winter. So it's like, hey, Winter, you're going to meet up with Emily again. Or then maybe create like a pen pal, or like send emails or do a video call every couple months to say, hey, how are you doing? Like, I kind of like that kind of stuff, especially as from my daughter's only 3. I'm sure some of you guys have a lot more experience, but you got to entertain her and you got to do what you got to do. So the whole idea, in a nutshell, if you're doing this, is I want to focus around one single child. So in saying that, if everyone's welcome. So if a single child triangle family, normally call it, but someone asked, I think they call it a linear family. So if you're like a single mother or a single father and you have one child or adoption or anything like that, yeah, 100% you're still okay. But also, this is your vacation. If you're spending this kind of money and you're going to go on a trip, this is still your vacation. This is your cruise. So you do it with it what you want. So if you want grandma and grandpa to come, sure, why not? You want your neighbors to come that have 2 kids, sure, why not? I'm not going to tell them no, they're not allowed on the trip. Just you have to understand that if there is some groups where it's like, okay, this is like for single kids only, then we'll have to work at that at the time. So traditional triangle families, single parents, LGBTQ families, all cultures and background, come as you are. No discrimination here. I don't mind. I'm just trying to see what else I did here. So I can probably do some sort of private events or some sort of excursion. A community, as I said, I'm just talking about how I want to make this more of a community. So it's fairly easy for me to say, hey, we're doing this and we're going here, and this is the way it's going to work. But if you have questions, say, hey, Dylan, my kids are really into board games. Can we set up a board game time for the kids? Sure, let's go for it. You want to run it, or do you want me to run it? If you want to run it, 100%, let's go. Let's figure out a time. I'll try to see if we can get some rented space or a quiet area and get all the kids together to do a board games, right? And just let the rest of the group know. Let's go. So that's one example, right? Um, and then it's the same thing too. Like, okay, well, Dylan, we're doing Eastern Caribbean this year. I really want to do a Southern Caribbean cruise. Okay, sure. Anyone else interested? Okay, let's book this for 2027, or let's do this summer, right? When can we go next? So it's just, I'm very open to discussion, and like I want to make this, like, again, your trip and like a community style group. Growing as adventure. So as I said, my daughter's only 3 right now, but I want to show her the world, right? I don't want her just to be cramped in Canada, cramped in the States. So like she's already been a few times in Caribbean. I'll probably do that plenty more times. So I just love cruising, but I'd love her to eventually do like a Mediterranean cruise, Europe. One I'm super interested in is Japan. So I would love to take her to Japan one day. Australia, you name it, kind of be a part of that Seven Continents Club if you ever heard of that. And then maybe even do like a river cruise with kids. So I don't know if you guys know Adventures by Disney. They do a great river cruise with Animal Waterways. I've been on a river cruise with Animal Waterways. It's great. And when my daughter's a little older, 3 is too young, maybe 8, 10 years old, I'd love her to take her on something like that. I just put a bunch of questions in here, quick Q and A's I could think of. So just telling people like, please book with me. Ages, all age groups. So right now I'm looking at Royal Caribbean. They allow kids as young as 6 months on the ship. They do have the ship I'll be looking at will have a daycare, right? So if your child between 6 months and 3 years old, you can put them in daycare. There is a small fee. Last time I was on the ship and my daughter was young enough, it was $5 an hour US. It was great. My daughter absolutely loved it. And then after that goes kids clubs, and normally there's age categories, right? So it'll be like the 3 to 5s and 6s, the 7s to 9s, and up to like 21 years old. So it depends whatever your kid is. They normally put them. They do group activities, and then they kind of go into their smaller age groups because like a 18-year-old is not going to want to hang out with a 4-year-old for obvious reasons. Um, if your child has special needs, will there be support? So Royal Caribbean, another reason why I really like their product is they do have accessibility at seas and special needs at seas. It's 2 programs. So if you're looking at this, you want to go on vacation, but you're worried because your child's on the spectrum or mobility issues or anything like that, just give me a call and we'll have a chat and we'll see if we can make magic work for you, kind of thing. Perks. So I do have a meeting tomorrow with Royal Caribbean just to say, hey, if I do bring a group, maybe an annual group, once or twice a year, is there anything we can get extra? Maybe like extra onboard credit, or can you give us a private area just so we can like have some fun with like just our group? I'm gonna try to work out some details tomorrow if I can. The only problem with Royal is they normally like to do groups where they only include 2 people in a room. So for a triangle family, for obvious reasons, doesn't work because there's 3 people in the room. And as far as what cruise line we're sailing, as I said, I prefer Royal Caribbean for families, if not Disney. But it's quite understandable that Disney's not in a lot of people's budgets. So if there's enough interest, 100% we can do a Disney one eventually. Um, but right now, I think Royal Caribbean would be the best bet. There's different kind of ships. I've been on most of their styles of ships, so there's certain ones I think are better for families, which I'll probably aim towards that first. And then there's ones that are a little easier on the pocketbook. So if we do a summer one and people looking to save some money, maybe I can look into get one on one of the older ships, which would be a lot cheaper, and you can do it that way. So, well, I'll just add some photos at the bottom. So this is the group trip we did last year. We all had kids. We had a great time. This one was in, was that St. Kitts? No, that was in, where was this picture? This was in Grand Turk. This picture was from Grand Turk. It was on MSC ship we did. And this is just me and my daughter. This is in St. Lucia. So I didn't have a picture of my wife. My wife's going to post some pictures soon. But great time. So again, my name is Dylan. H2O Escapes. I'm here just to have fun and hopefully make some connections with some of you and get this going. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to message in the group, email me, send me a DM. I set up a couple side chats too, so if you have any ideas, I'm very open to suggestions and it would be appreciated. Again, invite your friends. Talk to you soon. Adventure awaits.